Hello, neighbors, and good morning to you, my friends. Welcome back to the neighborhood. I am glad to see you here. I am Squealer D, and I am back again. And today, my friends, we are in the magical world of money, not Hogwarts. In the magical world of money, finishing up our week. It is Friday, TGIF. And we are going to learn what is an indicator, guys. We are back on Investopedia. You know my spiel, my friends. It is my fave. I like how their team writes. This one was by the Investopedia team. The whole team. Wow. And then old Somer Anderson. She's been working for 20 years in this thing. She read this over. I like how they do it. So we are going to finish up the week learning what an indicator is. We're going to learn about technical indicators. We do have our coffee with the D for dinero because we are learning everything about the dollar, my friends. And we're going to get started on this. I wanted to let you know that that's some good coffee, guys. I wanted to let you know that since it is Friday, next week we will be on Thinkorswim. So I'm going to say this a couple times. Make sure you have your Thinkorswim open so that we could paper trade together, or at least go through and you can get your fingers on your computer or your phone, tapping, so that you can get an idea of what you need to do, my friends. So let us first learn what an indicator is. What is an indicator? How is it used? Types and examples. What is an indicator? Indicators are statistics used to measure current conditions as well as forecast financial or economic trends. In the world of investing, indicators typically refer to technical chart patterns deriving from the price, volume, or open interest of a given security. Common technical indicators include moving averages, moving average convergence divergence, which is the MACD line, moving average convergence divergence, relative strength index, RSI, and on-balance volume. In economics, indicators usually refer to pieces of economic data used to measure the overall health of the economy and predict its direction. They include the Consumer Price Index, Gross Domestic Product, and unemployment figures. Indicators are statistics used to measure current conditions as well as to forecast financial or economic trends. Economic indicators are statistical metrics used to measure the growth or contraction of the economy as a whole or sectors within the economy. In the context of technical analysis, an indicator is a mathematical calculation based on a security's price or volume, with the result used to predict future prices. A key performance indicator refers to a quantifiable measurement used to measure a company's success against a specific target or object. Commonly used indicators of a company's profitability include gross margin, operating margin, net margin, and return on equity. So, measurable mathematical indicators. Okay, got it. They tell us something. They indicate. Indicators, and guys, we're going to read this a bunch of times. We're going to hear these words. Don't hear these words the first time, get scared and say, I will never know about mathematical indicators. You will. Just sit here. Just learn. The process of diffusion, the more you hear it, the more it will ingrate itself into your brain. Learning, guys. Learning. Everybody learns a different way too. So stick by. We're going to learn in different ways. You may one day just all of a sudden after you've heard all this for a couple months, you think, oh, it's not doing very much. But then all of a sudden one day you understand it just clicks. That is learning, guys. And learning comes different for everybody. So stick around. You want to learn this? If you want to learn it, you will. I promise you that. I can give you a guarantee if you want to learn this and you come to every single one of these lives and you learn with me, you will learn as much as I learn. And if I feel comfortable trading on the market, you could trade on the market. You just have to learn and get over your risk, get over your fears and greed so that you can learn risk management and all of these technical words. You can do it. Trust me. And I'm not just saying, oh, eventually it's going to happen. Nope, eventually it's not going to happen. You have to sit here and learn. You have to sit here and sit here and sit here until it clicks. And I will sit here and sit here and sit here with you until it clicks in your head. So if you are watching this and you think, I cannot do this, trust me. Just trust me. You could be watching another video right now. Sure. You could be learning about painting under the water. But what in the world could you be learning that's more important than learning about investing and money in the climate today? There's nothing, guys. There's nothing else you should be learning. Nothing. This is how to take care of yourself. Are you a child? You need to know this. Are you an adult? You need to know this. Are you old near retirement? You need to know this. Are you dying? You need to know this. And not only that, I add one more thing on top of you needing to know this stuff, guys. You need to be able to teach it. You need to give this to people. The more people that understand this, the less kings we will have, guys. If we all understand money, we won't have kings ruling money. But it starts here with understanding. And that means it starts with learning. So bop on in here. Come on, guys, get on in this class and learn. You don't have to learn while I'm live. You can watch it later. It's 30 minutes to an hour every day of knowledge that you need. Okay? We need to learn this. So just put that in your brain, that you're going to sit through this until you know it. And I promise on my end, I will sit here with you until you know it. So, indicators can be broadly categorized into economic indicators and technical indicators. And we're going to learn both, guys. Economic indicators are statistical metrics used to measure the growth or contraction of the economy as a whole or sectors within the economy. In fundamental analysis, economic indicators that quantify current economic and industry conditions are used to provide insight into the future profitability potential of public companies. Technical indicators are used extensively in technical analysis to predict changes in stock trends or price patterns in any traded asset. Economic indicators. There are many economic indicators created by different sources in both the private and public sectors. For example, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is the research arm of the U.S. Department of Labor, compiles data on prices, employment and unemployment, compensation, work conditions, and productivity. The price report contains information about inflation, import and export prices, and consumer spending. So we can think, guys, that they track all this because if you compile data and prices, employment and unemployment, compensation, work conditions, and productivity, you are, in other words, getting indicators about when that business is going to go up and down. They're getting backhand information, guys, that we need to learn to read in order to trade on the market. The Institute for Supply Management, ISM, is a non-for-profit professional association for supply management and purchasing for professionals. It has published its ICM Manufacturing Report on Business monthly since 1931. The report contains a composite index, the Purchasing Managers Index, which contains information on manufacturing and non-manufacturing orders. The index is a closely watched barometer of economic activity. It's an index that measures the month-over-month change in economic activity within the manufacturing sector. And we will check out Purchasing Managers Index. That's a good one, guys. So the U.S. Department of Commerce uses ISM data in its evaluation of economy. Most of the 21st century housing and that is how economy and the stock market are connected, guys, but are not the same thing. So the economy, they evaluate the economy with this data and they buy their stocks with the data. It's just a reflection of what we are doing as human beings here in the United States. So for most of the 21st century, housing and real estate have been leading economic indicators. There are several metrics used to measure housing growth, including the S&P Case-Shiller Index, which measures house sale prices, and the NHB Wells Fargo Housing Market Index, which is a survey of home builders that measure the market appetite for new homes. Other economic indicators include interest rate, the money supply, and consumer sentiment. And we can see, guys, if we're basing our idea to buy on just these items, like say you were going off of the S&P Case-Shiller Index, that is house growth. And if you are in real estate heavy and you have a lot of money, it would make sense to skew these numbers so more people buy real estate, right? So I don't trust real estate at the moment. They've been doing some shady stuff. They told us that there weren't enough houses for everybody. But now they're walking that back, guys. And they're saying that there are, and that's why house prices are falling. They're making up excuses. They told us last time the house prices fell in 2008 because of variable rate loans, guys. They changed the rate on people and it messed things up. And they're saying now that they don't have those same variable rate loans on home loans and that this isn't going to happen. But it's happening, guys. I saw a news article yesterday about a lady. She's in Middle America, guys. I don't remember. Let's see, where's she at? Lady that strangled 11-year-old boy. Ruth DeRenzo Whitehead. A mom stands accused of murdering her 11-year-old son in Horsham, Pennsylvania, then fleeing to the New Jersey shore. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office says 50-year-old Ruth DeRenzo Whitehead is charged with first-degree murder of the death of Matthew Whitehead. So, this lady, they lived in a nice house, guys. She drove a BMW. Look at this. Look at the car. This is the car she drove into the water. Hold on. There's so many pop-ups. You guys see that Beamer? She drove an SUV Beamer into the water. Right? Let's see if they show her house. So that is not. Let me see if in here they show her house. Yeah. Look at her house, guys. This is her neighborhood and her house. Matthias, hola neighbor, how are you today? So this guy or this lady, she said, she described the Matthew, guys, her 11-year-old son. This lady is 50. Her 11-year-old son had been upset and crying off and on all day over the family's financial difficulties. So this lady, she did not want Matthew to grow up with these struggles, so she strangled him with her husband's belt as he slept. You guys, this lady who lived in a nice house and drive a nicer car than me in Pennsylvania, she did not want Matthew, an 11-year-old little boy, who supposedly cried all day over their family's financial difficulties, to go through that. So she strangled him. 11 years she watched this kid grow up. And then money made her strangle him, and then she tried to drive into the ocean, probably to kill herself. Over money, guys. Don't let money do that to you. Fear and greed. This lady was so greedy and so fearful that she was going to lose her house and lose her car and lose all of her stuff that she strangled her son to death. Strangled. She heard all these bad stuff going on, and they probably got these house loans. They're putting these people in these expensive houses. You lose your job and you're effed. If you lose your job and your rent is $7,000 a month, what do? There's no working at Target. There's no working at Walmart. There's no working any of those fast food jobs to make that money. If you have a good job, let's say you work for Amazon. Yesterday, guys, we read that Amazon, 27,000 people Amazon let off because of AI. They're going to have AI do their job. And now those people who made Man, what do you guys think the average was that those execs made? CEO execs, whatever they were, they probably weren't CEOs. The CEO of the company is the head of the company. So let me see. Amazon layoffs. So Amazon's laying off 9,000. So 27,000 jobs by 2023, guys. Wow. 27,000 jobs, guys. 27,000 people. So what if this lady right here, what if she, Matthew's mother, what if she was one of those 27,000 and she was paying a lot for her house because she made good money? She made good money at Amazon, and now, my friends, she makes no money at Amazon. And this house of hers, this really nice house she had, see where it is right here in Pennsylvania. I'm talking, this is a big house. It had to have been at least 4 bedrooms. Bigger than my house, nicer than my car. And that means that if she was still paying on it, her payments were higher than mine and her payments were bigger than mine. And so if she lost a job where it allowed her to pay $7,000 a month for this mortgage, where would she make that up at? What job is just willing to pay her $10,000 a month for something technical when they have AI now? There are no jobs. This lady got so shook that she strangled her 11-year-old son, Matthew, with her husband's belt. This week, guys, this isn't old. This is this week. And this, my friends, is why we have to learn the market. We have to master fear and greed. Because this lady was so greedy, she didn't want her 11-year-old son to grow up poor. Well, guess what? I would rather my 11-year-old daughter grow up with nothing. I'm talking a loincloth around her, no shoes, in a country with no food, than strangle her to death. And that sounds harsh, but maybe she can make a better life for herself because she has brains and she learns. And I'm sure that Matthew learned too. This is horrible, guys. This is the state of our country right now, where parents are killing their children and children are killing their parents because they see no hope. This right here, guys, this is hope. Learning is hope. I promise you. You don't have to strangle your freaking kids. This kid was probably crying because he wanted some Gerstern chicken nuggets and some V-Bucks for Fortnite. He probably did cry all day because he wanted some V-Bucks for Fortnite. You know that my daughter asks me at least once a week for V-Bucks? Do you know how many times she gets them? Not very often. Grandma buys her V-Bucks, but she still asks. And even though sometimes I can't afford V-Bucks or I don't want to spend money on V-Bucks, I would never consider strangling my daughter so that she doesn't have to live without V-Bucks. We have to get this idea out of our heads that we cannot live without stuff. We can live with nothing, guys. When I was a little kid, I lived in a tent, an actual tent. I had the most fun of my life living in a tent. I was 11 years old when I lived in a tent. And let me tell you what, I had a blast. If my parents would have strangled me with the belt, I would have missed out on years of tent fun. I'm saying, you look back and you think you did wrong, but even though it was a bad life, I'm not saying go live in a tent. It's fun. It's not fun, but it's doable. Children can live in a tent. It sucks. It's horrible. People should help them more. We should have more help, but it's better than dying. I see kids right now living in cars where I live all the time with their parents. If you're living in a car and I'm talking to you right now, learn. My answer to you to get out of your situation, I've been there. I've lived in a car before I was a child. You want to know how I've never gone back to a car as an adult? Right here, guys. Right here. Your brain can get you out of any situation. Any situation. If you are in prison, your brain can get you out. And you say, but Squealer, how could it get you out? If you break out of jail, you're even worse. I'm not talking about breaking out. I'm talking about using your mentality to get out of your situation. You can use your brain, guys. Your brain is amazing. Did you know that what you see between your eyes really can't see that? So your brain makes it up. There's a blind spot in your middle of your forehead, in your eyes. There's a blind spot. But your brain connects it together because your brain is so freaking smart that it connects your sight so that it makes a full picture. So you're not just seeing two separate pictures, guys. Your brain is that smart. So trust me when I tell you your brain is smart enough to get you out of a car. Your brain is smart enough to get you out of a tent. Your brain, this is going to blow your mind, guys. I'm just solve everybody's problems right now. Your brain is smart enough to get you out of addiction. What are you addicted to? You're addicted to pain pills because your pain is so bad? Want to know what else your brain can do? Your brain can help you mitigate that pain without pain pills. You want to know how I did it? Source, guys. Source. I'm not just talking. I did it. You can teach yourself anything except for how to fly. I haven't learned that yet, guys. And when I do, there will be video. I will teach you. I promise. If I learn to fly, I'm going to teach you guys how to fly. I'm not leaving anybody behind. Don't leave yourself behind. Get on your learning. It doesn't matter how you learn either. It doesn't matter if you go to an expensive school. It doesn't matter if you sit here and learn with me. It doesn't matter if you're afraid to sit here and learn with me because you think that you're not smart enough. So you sit in your room and you teach yourself. That's okay too. We do not want to get to a place of fear and greed where we feel like the only way out is a belt to our child's neck. I understand how scary it is of our children growing up in this world. I don't even let my child go to public school, guys. That's right. My child does not go to public school because I don't think that it is a good place to be. But, with that being said, the world is not such a bad place. We have to kill our children. Once they are here, guys, all we can do with our children is take care of them, love them, and make them smart. Best believe that as soon as I understand the stock market, my 11-year-old daughter will understand the stock market. I will teach her. It will be integrated into her homeschool. They're not teaching our children anything about finance at school, guys. We went to school, we didn't learn, and here our children are not learning. If we want, guys, I didn't even read this part that the father woke up Tuesday morning. He noticed the door to the bedroom was locked and her Highlander was missing. That wasn't a Highlander. Was that no way was that a Highlander. I saw the BMW thing in it. I think this has false news. We seen that car. It had a Beamer. Where's the car? There it is. That. Look at her house. That might be a Toyota, but it sure the heck looks like a BMW sign to me. But you know what? I don't even know cars, so I'm going to... That's sad, though, man. Old Pops had to come and find him. Oh, it is a Highlander. There it is, right there. What's GF, guys? What is that? I circled around the block. Man, this lady makes me sick. So, yeah, guys. Learning could have saved that little boy's life. And that's really sad. So, technical indicators, guys. Back to these because we are going to learn them. In the context of technical analysis, an indicator is a mathematical calculation. And don't get scared, guys. Don't let math chase you off. This is basic math. We can use a calculator, okay? We all have cell phones. I know when somebody says mathematical, people start thinking, oh, I can't do this. But Squealer, I am horrible at math and I'm dyslexic. And the numbers go pickly, 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 boo. No, we got this, guys. That's why we have a team. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. Hopefully it'll help you not be afraid about math and learning, okay? When I had back surgery, I was on pain pills for 5 years. It was horrible, guys. Pain out of the world. Out of this world. I'm talking pain levels so freaking high that you don't know what to do with yourself. Pain levels where you're laying on the floor and your hair's all a mess and it's stuck to your face and you're crying and you say to yourself, I can't do this anymore. What am I supposed to do? That kind of pain. And you know what? You can control it with just your brain. So if you can do that, if I can overcome pain, and guess what I'm not good at, guys? Cooking. I can't cook to save my life. I don't like to cook. I have to stand up and it hurts my back. So I do not like to cook. But guess what, guys? Here's where the smart brain moment comes in, and this is where I'm going to help you. You might not like math. You might not be good at it. It might hurt you when you do it. But you find somebody who is good at math, and you make them part of your team. Know who's on my team, guys? A chef. I had a weight problem, guys. I didn't know how to cook food. I was eating out too much. I was relying on processed foods that were going to give me cancer. So guess what I added to my team? A chef. That's right. Add people to your team that are beneficial, not hurting you. Don't add a drug addict to your team, or a drug dealer for that matter. Don't add trouble to your team. Add help. Find yourself a mathematical calculation expert. And if you found me, here you are, guys. I'm not an expert, but I'm here and I'm helping. I'm willing to help you. Find a team that's willing to help you, because guess what, guys? All this solo dolo crap, it's crap. Do you remember what I told you on the first day about the Buttonwood Agreement? In 1792, these freaking traders knew that they needed a team. They knew that they couldn't do this all alone. So they got together and they signed the Buttonwood Agreement so that they could keep their money, guys. They could make money and keep their money. Go back to some of our first recordings where we talked about the Buttonwood Agreement. They did that. They made themselves a money team. That's why I always say this. Get smart. Get yourself a team. You need a money team. Okay? It's okay. People need to stop thinking they could do everything on their own. You can't. It's okay. You take your garbage out by yourself, but do you dump it at the dump? Or do you have the garbage man come and help you finish the job? I'm pretty sure you have a garbage man. So if you can have a garbage man, why can't you have a mathematical man on your team? Why can't you have a chef on your team? People like certain things, and we can't all like everything. It's not even going to happen. There's no way that we can all be interested in everything. So find somebody who's interested in what you're not. Make them part of your team. Be beneficial to them. They'll be beneficial to you. That's what a teammate is. You do not have to be having sexual relations with everybody on your team. You could just have a teammate that is good at mathematical calculations. You guys understand that, right? In America today, we can have non-sexual teammates, guys. Teammates that we actually make money with. How many of you guys make money with your mate, your sexual mate? This is a teammate. No sex, guys. No complications. Just money. And it's the best way to go. So, Butters. We got a little money team down here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Butters, say hi to the team. Butters, say hi. Say hi to the team. Say hello. Say hello. You guys, she's all wired up this morning. I think she may have had some coffee. No, Butters. Butters, get your ball. Come on. Come lay down and get your ball. Woo. She's going to start barking in a minute, guys. She acts like a wild animal. Okay. So we're about halfway through with these technical indicators, and they're about to tell us the good ones, guys. So let us read on. Hang on. Butters. No. Go lay down. Come. Come on. Get your ball. She told me no. She looked me dead in my eyes and said, no. That's my dog, man. She talked back more than my kid. So, in the context of technical analysis, an indicator is a mathematical calculation based on a security's price or volume. The result is used to predict future prices. Common technical analysis indicators. My dog makes me laugh so much, guys. If you guys seen her all day, maybe she'd be more interesting to watch all day than me. She can jump like 6 foot standing still. Maybe not 6 foot, but it seems like it's like 4 foot in the air, guys. Just jump straight up from the floor. She's like a kangaroo. So common technical analysis indicators are the moving average convergence, MACD, indicator and the relative strength index. And we've heard these a million times, guys. I've said MACD. We heard RSI a million times. These ones are helpful. And I know that they're helpful because I've already seen a lot of videos of people using them. The MACD is based on the assumption that the tendency of the price of a traded asset is to revert to a trend line. And that's that line I showed you yesterday going up and down. And we'll take a second look at it today. The RSI compares the size of recent gains to recent losses to determine the asset's price momentum, either up or down. So the RSI compares the size of recent gains to recent losses. And that's the relative strength. Okay, that makes sense. That will give you strength. The recent gains to recent losses will give you your strength or momentum. Okay, up or down. Using tools like the MACD and the RSI, technical traders will analyze asset prices, charts looking for patterns that will indicate when to buy or sell the asset under consideration. So, examples of indicators. There's a consumer price index. One of the most common economic indicators is the Consumer Price Index, which is simply the weighted price average of a basket of consumer goods and services. Changes in CPI are used to measure changes in the cost of living and identify periods of inflation or deflation. At the time of writing, this was in 2021, so 2 years ago, guys, investors are becoming increasingly concerned that rising inflation will finally upend the bull run in the stock market. Uh-oh, guys, I'm thinking this was in 2021. And they're talking about rising inflation. I think they called it. In April 21, the CPI increased 0.8%, making it the biggest 12-month increase since September of 08. Oh, well, we got to see what the CPI increase is right now. Let's Google it. 2023 CPI increase. 6% over the year, guys. So just in February, it rose 0.4%. What's we got here? Make this bigger. So this is 2021 when they wrote it, and it had started to rise, guys. And then it just keeps rising. It'll probably just rise until it's off the chart. I could see that happening. Okay. So, a moving average. The moving average is a technical indicator used to identify the general direction or trend of a given stock. Its purpose is to smoothen historical price data by generating a constant updated average price. If the MA is moving in a positive direction, that's a bullish sign for the stock. So if it's going up, it's bullish. If it's going down, it's bearish, bearing down, remember. At the time of writing, Amazon stock recently broke through its 50-day moving average, suggesting that it's an attractive pick from a technical standpoint. So, that's helpful. What is a common indicator of a phishing attempt? Emails that are completely unsolicited contain several typos, require urgent action, and demand unusual actions from you are all indicators of a phishing attempt. Yes, guys, if you go into your email and it asks you, you didn't email those people. Don't email them back. Don't even check the email. If it contains a typo, don't check the email. If it has an urgent action like hurry or your account is canceled, don't check it. Or it may like log in here to find out, don't do that. Don't do any of those things. Just ignore it. If it's really that emergent, they will contact you in a different way. Through email is not how somebody is going to cancel your whole life. Trust me. Somebody may break up with you through email, though. But it will not cancel your whole life. Let me tell you why. Because that person is not your whole life if they are willing to break up with you through email. Love advice from Squealer D. So, what economic indicator describes generally declining prices. A steady declining CPI is an indicator of generally declining prices. So, what is a key performance indicator? A key performance indicator refers to a quantifiable measurement used to measure a company's success against a specific target or objective. Common KPIs include net profit, sales, and customer retention rate. What is an RSI indicator? The Relative Strength Index is a technical analysis indicator that compares the size of recent gains to recent losses. RSI is used to determine the asset's price momentum, either up or down. So what is the Genuine Progress Indicator? The GPI is a metric used to gauge a country's rate of economic growth. It's often considered a more reliable measure of economic progress than the more widely used gross domestic product, GDP. So what are indicators of a company's profitability? Commonly used indicators of a company's profitability include gross margin, operating margin, net margin, and return on equity. So we don't need to hire a pro, guys, because we're going to keep investigating and doing it ourselves, and that's okay. So now we have technical analysis. That's what we were just talking. We're going to go in a little bit deeper and just look at the takeaways. So technical indicators, and we just looked at indicators. So now we're looking at specifically technical. So like relative strength that we just read about, money flow, stochastics, moving average convergence, the MACD, and Bollinger Bands. And we haven't talked about Bollinger Bands yet. So technical indicators are heuristic or mathematical calculations based on the price, volume, or open interest of a security or contract used by traders who follow technical analysis. Technical analysis or chartists look for technical indicators and historical asset price data to judge entry and exit points for trades. And that's what we're doing, guys. We're trying to determine our risk management and entry and exit points before we trade. There are several technical indicators that fall broadly into two main categories: overlays and oscillators. Technical analysis is a trading discipline employed to evaluate investments and identify trading opportunities by analyzing statistical trends gathered from trading activity, such as price movement and volume. Unlike fundamental analysis, who attempt to evaluate a security's intrinsic value based on financial or economic data, technical analysis focuses on patterns of price movements, trading signals, and various other analytical charting tools to evaluate a security's strength or weakness. Technical analysis can be used on any security with historical trading data. This includes stocks, futures, commodities, fixed income, currencies, and other securities. In this tutorial, we'll usually analyze stocks in our examples, but keep in mind that these concepts can be applied to any type of security. In fact, technical analysis is far more prevalent in commodities and forex markets, where traders focus on short-term price movements. Technical indicators are also known as technicals, are focused on historical trading data, such as price, volume, and open interest, rather than the fundamentals of a business, such as earnings, revenue, profit margins. Technical indicators are commonly used by active traders, since they're designed to analyze short-term price movements, but long-term investors may also use technical indicators to identify entry and exit points. So there are two types of indicators. Overlays, technical indicators that use the same scale as prices, are plotted over the top of the prices on a stock chart. Examples include moving averages and Bollinger Bands. And Bollinger Bands, guys, are a technical analysis tool defined by a set of trend lines plotted two standard deviations, positive and negative, away from a simple moving average of a security's price, but which can be adjusted to user preference. So let's see if they give us an example of Bollinger Bands. So this is the Bollinger Bands formula, guys. Upper Bollinger Band, lower Bollinger Band, moving average, and it's going to give you some bands on there. And you do not have to, look, there they are. There's the upper, and there's the lower. That's what they look like. So we're going to learn a little bit about them. Excuse me. Okay. Where did it go? I lost her spot. Way down here? Jeebus, where? I saw Bollinger Bands. Where the heck did we see them? This is... So that was it. Just that Bollinger Band, RSI. Okay. So they're not going to tell us about a Bollinger Band, you know? That's okay. So we're going to learn about all these. One of the most common economic indicators is the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, which is simply the weighted price average of a basket of consumer goods and services. Okay. That went up. We read all these. RSI is strength, and that is recent gains and losses. That would give us the strength. So the relative strength index is a technical analysis indicator that compares the size of recent gains to recent losses. RSI is used to determine the asset's price momentum, either up or down. Okay. That was it. That was good. We did that. And let's look at Bollinger Bands because I want to know what they do. Bollinger Bands is one they haven't really told us about. They told us about a MACD. They told us about the RSI a lot. But Bollinger Bands, not so much. So they plot two standard deviations, positive and negatively, away from a simple moving average. So that's what it is. They have the upper is moving average. Okay, plus the momentum. Okay, I get it. So here's the moving average in the middle. You guys see this? Let me get it bigger. You guys see this red line? That's the moving average. So on average, this is moving at 344.43. The upper positive is at, and that mathematical equation found it out to be 387 and the lower 301. And as you guys can see, you don't have to do this math. Like that, close this out. This looks like a scary, you know, the TP is the typical price, high, low, close, divided by 3. Like this looks scary, but the computer will do it for you guys. If you use a broker like Thinkorswim, like I have set up, we can set up Bollinger Bands with a click of a button. So it's a popular technique that many traders believe the closer the price moves to the upper band, the more overbought the market, and the closer the prices move to the lower band, the more oversold the market. John Bollinger has a set of 22 rules to follow when using the bands as a trading system. So we could do, and I know people that do this, and I don't know them personally, but I've read about them, guys. They follow these, click it, the basics of Bollinger. They use the Bollinger in order to do their trading. They don't have a bunch, like they don't use the RSI, the MACD, and the Bollinger. They use the Bollinger to trade. So there are lots of different things we can do. One day we will just go over Bollinger Bands and we will make some trades with the Bollinger method because it is not as scary as it looks. We can simply put it on Thinkotrade, and I'm going to show you guys right now. We are done reading, so let us bop over to Thinkotrade. Why won't it go? Hold on. Sometimes, you know, it just doesn't want to go right away, but that's okay. It's okay, OBS. I got patience for you. Okay, guys, so we are here. This is Thinkotrade. No, not Thinkotrade. I guess you need to think and trade. It's Thinkorswim. Think and swim? What is it? It's called Think or Swim. I think you should think and swim. But I mean, who am I? So let's add a study. Let's see what we have. I don't know where you add Bollinger Bands. But we're going to see moving averages, momentum studies, well, I don't even have a clue. So let me Google it really quick, guys. How to add Bollinger Bands in Thinkorswim. Okay, let's see. Add studies. Okay. Go to add study, upper study, A through D, Bollinger Bands. I got it. Upper studies. So go to studies, go to add studies, add study, go to upper studies, go to B. You guys see how much we have to know? Bollinger Bands. There we go. Look at the red is the top. This is the MA, moving average, and this is the low. So remember, if it goes over here, then they say that it's overbought. If it goes under here, then what did they say if it's too low? They said when the bands come close together, constricting the moving average, it's called a squeeze. A squeeze signals a period of low volatility and is considered by traders to be a potential sign of future increased volatility and possible trading opportunities. Conversely, the wider apart the bands move, the more likely the chance of a decrease in volatility. Well, let's see if they're right. So if it squeezes together, it's going to get more volatile. Well, it squeezed here, guys, and it did. Look, it dropped and then it went up. That was true. Let's see, any other squeezes? It got wide apart here. What does that mean? Wide. But it squeezed here. It squeezed here. Yeah, it got really squeezy, guys. And then it got really wonkety. It's dropping down here. And then we can make it bigger here. Well, this is Roblox. So, we got some high volatility there because over here, that was a squeeze right there. It's pretty tight, pretty close. And that signals higher volatility, guys. So, approximately 90% of price action occurs between the two bands. Any breakout above or below the bands is significant. The breakout is not a trading signal, and many investors mistake that when the price hits or exceeds one of the bands as a signal to buy or sell. Breakouts provide no clue as the direction and extent of future price movements. So, if you use the Bollinger Bands, like you use these, and he said these breakouts aren't to sell, they just show movement, right? Like if you used another, maybe like a MACD line, maybe you could merge the two together so that you could see where to get in and out, like using two of these at once. That might help. We're going to have to learn more, guys. How accurate are the Bollinger Bands? We should expect that approximately 95% of the time, the observed price action will fall within these bands. So you can just throw them up just to see what the price is going to fall at. Because 95% of the time, it falls within those bands. So you're right 95% of the time. That's a pretty good amount of time to be right. So if you wanted to, let me get back to here. Let's say you thought this was a squeeze right here. You guys see? Oops, I'm adding something I don't want to be adding. Okay, you guys see right here? This is a squeeze. And they said a squeeze can mean volatility, right? So you see the squeeze and you think, ooh, volatility. Do we think that the price is, we don't know if the price is going to be volatile up or volatile down. But let's say we wanted to buy an option. And an option is like, remember guys, we got to remember our words. An option isn't a security. An option is like insurance on a stock. So when you buy an option, you're saying that you think that the price will go down or you think that the price will go up. And you're betting money on it. It's like on a horse, but it's not a horse. It's the stock. And it's kind of like buying insurance for it. If you buy the insurance and you say the price is going to go down, well, then you have the right to buy that stock when the price goes down. If you say that the price is going to go up, you have a price. I don't know how that works, guys. I'm not even going to lie. But so we don't know if this is going to go up or down. But if we used a MACD line, can we add a MACD line too right here? Okay, so here's the squeeze right here. Oh, it does help, guys. Here's the squeeze right here. You see the squeeze? It got skinnier. It was fat, now it's skinny. Fat, skinny. Okay, so this is the squeeze. They said in the Bollinger lines that the squeeze means it's going to get volatile. So maybe you're thinking it's going to get volatile, guys, but we don't know, is it going to go volatile up or is it going to go volatile down, right? We can look for things like 3 black crows, 3 white soldiers, things that we know, but we also can look at the MACD line. The MACD line, remember what I told you guys yesterday, if the blue line is above, it's usually rising. If the blue line falls down below the yellow line, then it's usually declining. So if we look right here at the squeeze, we can see that it is down below. You could see that that's a cross point right there is crossing going down. The blue line down, 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 down. It barely breaks over and down, 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 down. So with these two, the squeeze here, if we look at the squeeze here, that's the squeeze, guys. And we look at the MACD line, it's below. Then we know that this squeeze is going to go down. Oh, look at that, connecting the dots, guys, and we only know a couple things. So if we wanted to take a guess that it was going to go down, we could buy an option saying that the stock was going to decrease. I don't know how it would work out or what our risk management would be. That's why we got to get there. But that is a good thing to notice. You squeeze, MACD line below. And that's all we're learning, guys. Little tricks like that. And once we get finished, we will know which stocks are safe enough to invest in with our risk management to make money, not to lose money, not to bet. We're not here to risk money on betting. We're not horse betting, guys. We are not at the tracks. We are here to learn how to make smart investments like the rich people, okay? So don't get that confused. We're not here to bet. We're here to use our education and our learning in order to make smart money decisions. Like people who have kept their money for years and years and years since the Buttonwood Agreement, the original investors, and they're still investing. Well, not them, but their family. If they're still investing, then guys, there are time machines or the secret to eternal life. If the same people are still investing. And one of those people were Barclay, and Barclay is still around, guys. You see Barclay on everything. I think there's a Barclay Bank. I know that Barclay is on those big, gigantic shipping containers. So, yeah. Let us look at, we got a Roblox chart. What do we got here? Roblox is at 45. You got to squeeze. Look, it went over, guys, right there. There was a bunch of volume here. This must have been, this was the start of the day. You see a bunch of volume. This is volume, guys, of how many are sold here. Volume. This is our MACD line. This is volume on the MACD line, too. You can see it a little bit better. And then this is the Bollinger lines. So, remember how we order, guys. We can, if we wanted to buy this, we could click on buy. It pops up our order confirmation dialog. It would sell us 100 stocks at $4,528. We could edit that, and you can just buy one stock. You could buy more stocks. You can buy less stocks. You can buy no stocks. You can even sell stocks. We don't have stocks to sell, but you can sell them. So you can even change this number. It doesn't have to go by hundreds. You can just buy one. You can buy 15. And then you can change your orders. And next time, I think, guys, we are going to learn about all of these different orders. A market order, a limit order, a stop limit, trail stop limit, a mock, and a lock. And we are going to learn what each one of those are. And I bet you they have it in the education tool, guys. Best education tool ever. Let's see. Options, strategies. No, that's not what we want. We want to learn about orders. Orders. So, entering a market order. Market orders are intended to buy or sell a specified quantity or contract shares at the next available market price. It's a stop limit order. OCO order. So we're going to see how they have them all in here, guys. They orders. Entering orders. You guys see that? Bubbles inactive trader. Okay. So yeah, they're all here, but tomorrow, or not tomorrow, guys, it is the weekend. So I want you, no homework, enjoy the weekend. Actually, I take that back. I give you homework. If you do not already have a Think or Swim, this is Think or Swim, guys. Think or Swim. Think yourself over there to TD Ameritrade and download this. If you are on a computer, download it. If you are on a phone, go to your little store and get the app. It's super easy. Nothing, no cost, guys. This $200,000 right here, $199,671. This is fake money, fake paper money. You don't have to do anything to get it. They will let you practice. So get your practice on, guys. Bop in here, get it set up, because Monday morning we are learning about orders and we are practicing each order. So you will be doing trades on orders. I don't know if you'll be trading. I don't know what you'll be doing, but some type of order. We're going to try all the orders on Monday. So have your paper trader set up so you could trade with me. That is your homework. Get your paper trader set up. Last time. So that is it for today, guys. We learned about some of the different indicators which tell us where a stock is moving. And we learned about the Bollinger Bands. This is the high limit. This is the low limit. 95% of stuff happens here. When it gets real close together, that's called a squeeze. And it means volatility is coming. Look at all. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I don't know. I don't know how to remove what I just put on there. That's okay. Let's see if we can go back. Okay, well, that didn't work. I don't know. This line we put right here, Andrew's pitchfork. And I don't know how to take it off, but we will figure it out next time. So, oh, I bet we just go up here. Excuse me. And I don't know how you remove a study. That's how you add a study. Oh, remove all studies. That didn't remove that. I don't know how to get rid of pitchforks. I will learn, and by Monday we will know how to remove the pitchforks. Alrighty, neighbors. Well, that is it for today. That was a good hour worth of learning, and I am proud of you all. Like I said, make yourself a team. Get people who are capable and who help you. Get rid of the people who do not, and don't feel bad about it no matter what their relation is. Stop being hooked to your family just because they have the same blood as you. If your team is not working for you, find a new team. If you need more teammates, add more teammates. If you need to step away and be by yourself, do that. Do what you need for yourself to get right so you can learn. Whatever that takes. You have to learn to be self-sufficient, whether you are a child or an old person. That is true for you all. So with that, I will leave you to have a wondrous weekend. And I'll see you guys all next time. Same place, same time. Be there or be squared. Monday morning. Monday through Friday, guys, every morning, we're learning. So get your learning caps on and be here. If you cannot be here, that's okay too. Watch it later. It'll be in the folder called Stock Market Learning. Real easy for you guys to find. Bop into my folders of playlists and watch them. We have 14 parts now. This is part number 14. So it's not very many of them. You're not far behind. They're not all an hour. Some of them are only 30 minutes. So it will not take you that long, less than a day to catch up. That's pretty easy. So get caught up, and I will see you Monday morning, same time, same place. Like I said, be there or be square. Have a great day, neighbors, and enjoy your day.